So the question is there such a thing as too much forgiveness? Friendship, relationship, just in general.
I think there is a such thing as too much forgiveness. You teach people how to treat you, and if you're looked at as someone, and it's just like a subconscious thing that we don't even realize, like we as humans, we try to push the bar on anything to see how far we can take things. So if you forgive someone, whether it be for cheating, stealing, whatever, something that they did, okay, we're all humans, we all make mistakes. But if they start making a routine of this thing and you constantly forgive them, even no matter how much emotion you show that it's actually hurting you, they'll continue to do that. Like, let's look at Cardi B, let's look at all the people that have been hurt, and it just becomes a routine because they know all they have to do is so much and then they got you back, and they're just used to doing this wrong. It's when they actually lose you and they're not there anymore that I feel like they realize, okay, I am wrong. It's almost like you got to put them on punishment. But it's like, do you want someone this negative in your life? So yeah, I do believe that it's a such thing as forgiving too much. Do I think you should forgive? Yeah, like if it's not something that was detrimental or caused life changing, like that you could have died from, of course. But I'm not the turn the other cheek type of person. But if it's like a one time mistake, yeah. But if it's something that it becomes a repeat pattern, like how sorry could this person be? You're forgiving this person too much. If you constantly tell this person that this affects you this way and that person continuously does it, yeah, you're forgiving too much and you need to exit that person out your life. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, I like that. I like that. Is there such a thing as too much forgiveness? I'm a tit for tat person. No. No, I'm just playing. Is there such a thing as too much forgiveness? I don't believe there's such a thing as too much forgiveness, but my saying is just because my love is unconditional, it doesn't mean that it's positional. I can forgive you, but that don't mean you'll occupy that space. That don't mean that you'll be in that position again. You won't play that same role in my life. I can love you from a distance. I can forgive you. I don't have to have any ill intent because the universe gonna fight my battles anyways. And I've seen it. I've literally seen it. But just because I forgive you does not mean that you are allowed back in the circle. You're not allowed back in the house. You don't sit down in the same seat anymore. You don't sit down at the same council anymore. You don't occupy that position. Now, it's some things out here, you know what I'm saying, that you just don't do. Some atrocities you just don't commit. Some mistakes you just don't allow it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person where you just don't exist to me anymore. Like literally, who is that? I've never heard of them before. And that's not because, you know what I'm saying, I'm not forgiving or anything of the sort. I just chose my peace, you know what I'm saying, over any disturbances. So I can forgive you, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just, the reason why I am the way that I am is because I know how I love. And if I've allowed you within my circle from the get-go, that means that you know what I'm saying, looked at you a particular way. Now, if you were to betray that trust, um, there's no occupying that position. I'm not gonna allow somebody to stab me in the back twice.
So,
God gave
so it's safe to
me.
say that you don't believe in too much forgiveness.
Yeah. Well, I believe in forgiveness, but like I said, me and you may not be best friends anymore. Me and you may not be in a relationship anymore. Me and you know what I'm saying, may not have those same conversations we had anymore. I can forgive you, but that does not mean that you have to be a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I can love you from a distance. Me, myself personally.
So you
Me, myself
forgive,
personally.
but you're not about to do the too much forgiveness where it's three, four times doing the same thing.
Yeah, because that's a cycle, and now you trying to play me like I'm a fool. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I've learned in this life is that self-love is one of the most important things, and your peace is one of the most important things. And ain't nobody gonna take my piece from me. Nobody. I got two pieces. Anyways, yeah. that's a different conversation for a different day. But yeah.
Let's look at some of the comments. Yes, but at the same time, does that contradict unconditional love aspect? I think when it comes to that, I'm more like Kim. Is like, if I've forgiven you too much and it's just a repeated cycle that you're not making any changes on, I'm just gonna have to love you from a distance. You're not gonna be a main character in my life. I may answer the phone when you need me, but you're not gonna occupy that space anymore.
Well, I guess it just really depends on, like, because to me, unconditional love starts with me first.
Yeah.
Like, I love myself unconditionally. I'm not gonna let anybody come in to disturb that. I don't give a dang who you is. You're not gonna disrupt what I got going on. And so, if me allowing you in that position has me worried or with trust issues or looking over my shoulder, no, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that it contradicts unconditional love, because I can love you unconditionally also. But once again, that does not mean that you have to occupy that same position. You know what I'm saying? Me and you could have been together and now we're no longer working. Hey, I still want you to make it in life. I still look at you as a friend, this and that. Hey, I cheer you on, kudos. Just not in that position no more. That ship been sailed a long time ago.
Let's see. I think just because you continue to forgive someone doesn't mean they hold the same position in your life exactly. Even like with women you see, besides Rashida, all other women you see, they eventually get tired and leave. And they still close and people still have those good relationships, but they're in a different position.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right on that. Forgiving and taking someone back at two separate, I think she means two separate things.
Yeah.
Because just because you take someone back doesn't mean, hold on, doesn't mean you forgive them. Yeah, because sometimes you make them pay, even if you take them back. And you know you shouldn't have taken them back. You know you
every day.
killed.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for the next question?
Yes, I am ready for the next question. Should you change for your partner? Ladies and gentlemen, please chime in. Should you change for your partner? Sister, put some insight.
I think it's what exact changes you mean. Yeah, you're gonna change and you're gonna morph and adapt to any relationship you're in. If you out there fooling all the time and out in the clubs and doing wild stuff, and you're in a committed relationship, of course you're gonna change that. But when I think to the core values and things that are like actually mean something in your life, you probably shouldn't change them. And that should be a conversation y'all have when y'all decide to move into a relationship. Like, okay, well, this is this and this is that. But other things you're going to have to adapt and adjust. There's going to be certain things that you don't like about your partner doesn't like about you. It's just, are they detrimental enough for the relationship not to last? And are you comfortable enough to adjust? Certain things, like with me, like certain things I can adjust, but certain goals and ambition that I have, just because I'm in a relationship with you don't mean that that's going to stop. Like with me, a lot of times if I try to date, it becomes when someone comes in and they're like, oh, you have kids, they try to tell me a certain routine I should do. Now, if I feel like what they tell me is something that can be progressive, of course I'll adjust to that. But if they come in and I've been doing this shit for 16 plus years, almost 17, and it's been working, and you don't even have custody of your kids or care about your kids, you're not going to come in and tell me what to do. So it's like certain things. Like if I see, like, yeah, if it's going to progress the relationship, absolutely. But if it's something that they're just doing just to be able to do, then no.
Okay. So it's like, if someone asks you to change in a relationship and you change for them, right? Is that unconditional love or is that a lack of self-love? So that's where my mind goes. Okay. And then not only that, like, are you changing to make the other person happy? And is the reason why they're unhappy is because they built this image or this version of you within their mind that you're not? Because to me, I think that you should change for yourself. You know, I don't think it's anything wrong, with you and your partner having a conversation, because I think that the relationship that y'all are in, or the partnership that y'all are in, should be built enough where they can trust to tell you how they feel about certain things, and you should be able to trust that you can tell them how you feel about certain things or whatnot. But as far as you changing, I think that change has to start and end with you. I think that has to be something that you do. And I think that the catalyst behind you doing it is because you love yourself enough to become in whatever field you're trying to occupy. You love yourself enough to try to become the best version of yourself. If you are in a relationship and someone is consistently nagging about you, someone is consistently telling you things that they don't like about you, and they want you to change to fit whatever image they have of you within their mind so they can be happy, no matter what you do, they're not going to be happy because they're not happy with where they're at. And so any relationship, any partnership is supposed to be filled with self-love, because whatever goes on internally projects itself externally. The reason why I can love my partner the way I love my partner is because I love myself. And I ain't cocky, I ain't arrogant. I just love myself. I know who God designed me to be. I know who I am. And to some people, that's enough. To some people, that's not enough. For the people where it's not enough for, I'll buy you a bus ticket myself and send you on down the road.
A bus
I ain't got time.
Damn, they can't get a plane ticket. No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to waste. So I guess, like, and I don't mind, because in a relationship, it's supposed to be honest feedback, right? Like, hey, you're drinking too much. You know what I'm saying? And like, this not only affects you, this affects everyone around you. That's a different type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's like, I don't like how you talk, I don't like, goddamn, that's how I am. I can't help it. That's my genetics. That's my biological makeup. This is how God designed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I'm not going to change. You know what I'm saying? And change for me comes when I look myself in the mirror and say, okay, Kimmich, you need to do better in this area, because not only is it affecting you, it's affecting those around you or whatnot. And your partner can have that conversation with you. It can be honest feedback with you, but to initiate the change, to me, it has to start within.
Yeah, I still think you should, because if it's something that's going to progress the relationship, and like, that you should be working on it anyway. Like, if you got bad habits that that you should change, like me, I'm sometimes a procrastinator about things. So if I get someone and they're like, maybe you need to start putting things in order so you can get things done, that's one thing. But to come in and be like you said, like, I'm not liking the way you dress. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like that you wearing a wig today. Yeah. Like, nigga, do you like me? Like,
you don't like me. That's what it is. You don't like me. That's what it is. Just say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Say it.
So I feel like if it's something where it's going to progress your relationship and it's for the betterment of you, and you understand that it needs to be like done, and they're trying to motivate you and they're willing to help you do the work, like, why not? Why, just because you're comfortable being a certain way, continue to be that way? Because whenever, especially if you get married, you're supposed to turn that into a team. You're supposed to be together. Even long-term relationships, whatever, you're supposed to be a team now. But if it's just that they nitpicking on every single thing about you, and it's like, this person don't even really like you, they probably trying to turn you into somebody that they want. And then you're going to have to wind up getting plastic surgery, because your face probably ain't going to be there either. But yeah. Let's see what they saying in the comments. Let's see. Erica said, I don't think so. I haven't changed from my other half. now, and I haven't changed things about I did in the past. If the change doesn't make you happier or happier, sorry, I can't read them, Kens. My voice is
No,
going out.
let,
I'm
let me
on
let, let me
Christina's.
let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. I got you. I got you. No, 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 no. Damn.
I don't know why, but you look very frozen.
Okay, I'm still here.
Okay, so your picture just gonna be froze.
My pictures just gonna be froze, but my whole screen is froze. I
Oh,
ain't gonna lie.
Mercury, why you playing with us?
My whole screen is froze. We just gonna move on to the next question. We got 3 minutes left. Let's cover this, right? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. I hope I'm not frozen in a crazy position though. I will say that, but okay. Next question. Can you love can you love someone you have never met in person?
Hey Selena, I see you in here. Yeah, I think you can, especially if you're someone like me, where you're more of a sapiosexual and you fall in love with the mind more than you do the body. If you're communicating with this person all the time, and of course, like nowadays we have like video chat where we can talk, and you go develop feelings over time. I think that is a good foundation for something that can be long lasting. Now, I don't think you should go like years without seeing a person in person, but I absolutely believe you can fall in love with someone that you've never met, but you've seen and know that this is a real person and this ain't no catfish type situation.
I was just about to say that. Don't get your last catfish out here
I
now.
mean, it's too many things available these days to get catfish. If you get catfish, you chose to get catfish. You wanted to live in an illusion.
Yeah.
But I think you can. I think you can fall in love. I think if the person's energy and the way their mind is something that you find and you crave, yeah, I think you can. And they're everything. Y'all have the same things that check off. Yeah, I think you can. What about you?
Um, I definitely think you can. Um, like, I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
Is it still looking crazy?
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
Nah, I definitely think you can. I think that sometimes people can speak to your soul,
Yeah.
and just like a difference. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm the type of person, I do believe in soulmates. I do believe in twin flames. Like, for instance, when I met my wife, of course that was my first time seeing her, but it was like I knew her,
Yeah.
which is a crazy thing. Like, I had never seen her a day in my life, but it was like I knew her. Like, I was familiar with her. It's like my soul knew her soul. And so, just in retrospect to what I was saying, I believe that some souls, know you before you incarnate upon this plane physically. And I do believe, that you may never see them in person, but like you said, it could be through communication. It could just be over the phone, the conversations that y'all have, the dialogue that y'all have, or whatnot. Those things can go a long way. Falling in love with the mind, falling in love with how a person thinks, falling in love with how a person interacts, their responses to things, their quirkiness. Like, all of those things can be happen. They can happen regardless of whether you see that individual in person or not. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that you can fall in love with someone that you never met in person before, as long as you're not being catfished. Um, you might want to tread lightly when it comes to that. Do your research and all the above, but outside of that, yeah, I do believe that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you get catfish in 2024, it's because you absolutely chose to get catfish. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Mercury retrograde, what are you doing today?
I had to look downwards because this is how you look.
I can't even see how I look.
Yeah. Well, let's see the comments. I think we left off on Christina. If change doesn't make you happier as a person, no. But if the change is for the better, then I think it's okay. I completely agree with that. You couldn't even get an Uber, and he said the bus. That's what I'm saying. Like, dang, is it the city bus or the Greyhound? Which bus is we talking about?
Those tickets for you, man. You heard me.
That's like you really done with someone. Like you catching a bus. Let's see. If you don't like me, tell me. Exactly. Yeah, you have to be careful, especially with internet dating, because people be showing them pictures back in '92.
You know you was not that person no more.
They ain't looked like that in years.
Well, that's how I used to look. Show me a picture of how you look now. Don't surprise me. You hear me?
I'm talking to the you in 2024. What does that you look like?
She said the 2015 pictures, man.
This is 3 kids later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can. You know, some people find the love of their lives on the internet. They find them on reality TV shows. There's so many ways to fall in love. I mean, people, what is it? Love at first sight. So I absolutely, you see somebody on a video chat. So
Yeah, my picture looking vindictive. I'm just froze. I'm just froze.
All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so once again, I want to thank everyone that came through, everyone that hearted the chat, shared the chat, anything that y'all did to be a part of our live video. We appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If y'all can continue to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube videos. Also, tell a friend about a friend, if you don't mind. We'll be live again on Wednesday at 6 p.m. So all the questions or topics that you want, you can get them in now. You can inbox me directly, or you can inbox Chemist, or you can email us at d444cast@gmail.com. And I would just like to thank you again. I really appreciate the ones, especially that keep coming back. Like, y'all don't know how much that means to me. And the ones that give us stars, the ones that share, if you do anything for us, no matter how little or how big, we appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm back door then.
All right. Well, once again, I'm your girl, Miss Corey.
It's your boy, Chemist.
And thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of your evening.